It's been 12 months since one of the nation's biggest cases of horticultural sabotage. 7 million tomato, capsicum, melon and eggplant seedlings were deliberately poisoned at a nursery in Bowen. In the time since then, fruit and vegetable producers have taken on sophisticated security measures to protect their crops from attack. Police investigations are still continuing in the Bowen case, and as Miriam Hall reports, it's not the first of this kind in the region, described as Australia's winter fruit and vegetable bowl.
On a winter's day in Bowen, these young fruit and vegetable plants are being sent to farms all around the region. Today, this seedling nursery is thriving, but this time last year it was a very different story.
Whoever did this act will come or get them eventually.
I think at the end of the day, we're always going to be asking the same question, who and why.
In June last year, the watering system was poisoned. The entire crop was wiped out, costing owner Tos Eisman more than $1 million and accounting for all of his retirement savings.
We were lost for the first 3 months, and my partner and I, we were really stressed. But we got our way, worked our way through it, had a pretty dismal Christmas, and then after that got back to work. Once we got back to work, we were fine.
Tos Eisman is starting again. He's back selling seedlings that will eventually supply the nation's supermarket shelves with fresh produce.
We were very apprehensive when we started, but once everything fell into line, we were able to get moving and finally put everything behind us.
It's a sinister and mysterious crime that baffled many, and it wasn't isolated. It's the fourth case of horticultural vandalism in the region over the past decade, and the culprit was never found. This year, precautions are being taken.
The biggest change since the crop sabotage is the level of security. Fences now surround the property, and 24-hour camera surveillance protects the produce and the watering system.
I was probably a little bit nonchalant about this happening. And now all of a sudden I've caught up, all of a sudden I'm in the 21st century and discovered that this is what you have to do.
And he's not the only one taking steps to safeguard his crops.
The paranoia is still there, and I think it will be there for a long time, unfortunately. A lot of us have got more locks on. I personally got a lot more security cameras around the place. We got locks on gates, which we never had before, and he had chains. Now we've got locks there to stop people driving around, and that's sad.
We could sit here and say, yeah, it was tough on us, but it was also tough on the people we employ. It was tough on the people that service us in the service industry, and it was also tough on the whole town. There wasn't just one person in the chain here that got affected. Everybody in the whole chain got affected.
Jamie JURGENS was one of the farmers who bought contaminated seedlings, and 700,000 of his plants wilted in the ground. The family now goes to great lengths to keep their operation running.
We grew gourmet tomatoes, which we were able to grow the bush, keep growing the bush a little bit longer. The quality wasn't as good, and the quantity wasn't as good either, but we were able to keep some of our orders going and keep some of our staff, that mean a lot to us, keep them employed, keep food on their tables.
Bowen is the nation's largest winter fruit and vegetable growing region, and tomatoes are one of its biggest crops.
Our farmers are the real survivors. They adjust to all sorts of variables in their growing season, whether it be due to climate, pests, market conditions. They're a very adaptable community and a group of people, and I think in this instance they really proved that what good operators they were.
Tos Eisman says he's prepared to put the poisoning mystery behind him.
We've had a year of disasters right up the east coast where you start to think to yourself, am I so badly done by? So that doesn't make it go away, but it does make you stop feeling sorry for yourself, and I think I was there for quite a while.
As something that's happened to our industry, I still feel just as angry about it today as I did the day it happened. Until we get the question answered, why would someone do it? Until we get that question answered, you probably, that anger's always going to burn there. But saying that, we get on. We take every day as it comes, and every new crop that we have, and we're grateful for the opportunities we do have in our industry. That's for sure.
Miriam Hall reporting, and despite a reward of $200,000 being offered for information and an ongoing investigation, police have not laid any charges.